Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back for the Far From Pro podcast. I am your host, Evan Walsh. With me is my co-host, Joseph Meyer. We got a lot to get into today. No guests this week. We have decided that we have way too much to talk about, and I think that people need to hear from us. Joseph, do you agree? Do you believe that this week it's a boys only pod this week? I believe.
It's NBA playoffs coming up, so there's a lot to get into here.
More than enough to get into. We're gonna jump right in. Right into the hot or not, everyone's favorite. Joseph, I'm gonna have you start us off with our hot or not this week.
So my hot for this week is a man by the name of Elon Big Balls Musk.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
This man, he basically said, Twitter, I'm going to buy you or your stock is going to plummet. If you aren't aware, Elon Musk owns about 9% of Twitter as of now. Puts in I believe it was like $40-something billion deal to buy all of Twitter at a fair share price. And he said, if you don't sell it, it's not worth it for me to be involved. So he's basically now in a big ball competition with Twitter. Not sure who's going to win. Either way, that man, dude, he's so rich. Like that is unfathomably rich.
You know what's scary, Joseph? That $42 billion that he's just throwing out for his this is like couch change to him. This is just the money he finds.
Twitter.
This is just the money he finds lying around his house, and he's just like, fuck it. I'm gonna buy Twitter. The biggest, I'm just gonna buy
an average Tuesday.
And the best part is, he goes, I'm gonna give him an offer they can't refuse. Like they're gonna see his offer, and they're copping it instantly. And I love every second of it. I'm all for it, Elon. That was a great pick on your part. I'm going to get a lot of hate from my hot. I already know it, Joseph. And by the way, before we go any further, can we please just give a round of applause for Joseph's haircut he got rolling this week? Joseph really cut his hair, and let me tell you.
I did it.
We're looking at a special haircut. That is
8 months.
That's a sports clip haircut,
8 months.
Isn't it? You got that at Sports Clips.
It is a great Clips haircut.
Even better, actually. Joseph. You are really rocking.
$18.
You're really rocking. I wanted to put that out there before we got going any further.
Was that your hot that was going to get hate?
No, it wasn't. But the hot that I was going to get is going to get hate from. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves. I believe we all saw, especially all of us, most of us being from Minnesota. I believe we did see the play-in celebration.
What a night! What a night for the city.
It's for the city, and to be quite frank, it is embarrassing. And it's a terrible look. And you want to say, well, you got to act like you've been there. No, I'm completely understand. But you can't look me in the face and tell me seeing Patrick Beverley jumping on that score table and seeing him getting on Instagram Live and pulling out that beer in the press conference after, you can't tell me that you weren't smiling and laughing that whole time.
He's a class act clown.
It was the best thing ever.
Awesome looks.
I know a lot of people are going to hate me for it because they didn't like the celebration and they didn't. I think it was awesome. Top to bottom, one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Dude, it was actually going to be my not for people hating on the Timberwolves for celebrating. Like they've been there before, but they've literally, this is incredible. In most Timberwolves' lives, they've never seen a playoff win. So it's like, it was awesome. It was like the celebration. The celebration was like incredible for a play-in game. I love it. I loved it. That's why we talked about the play-ins. Like that's why it was awesome. The play-ins bring that one and done atmosphere. And Patrick Beverley, they don't win the game without him.
That guy, bro.
But
you can't go wrong.
He's a stud.
He is a stud, isn't he? You just can't go wrong with Pat Bev. But he's a grade A guy. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna take right into my not here. This certain not is a certain nobody. Talk about a bottom of a barrel type of guy. Someone who really, you just wouldn't want him around your family. We're going right back to Tom Brady. He
for the 8th week in a row.
Just a bottom of a barrel type of guy.
What do you do this time, Evan?
Well, here's my thing with Tom. And the thing is, Tom really didn't do anything. Here's my thing. I think everyone who listens to this pod is getting this wrong sort of perspective of how I feel about Tom Brady. And let me just clear it up.
I feel like you've had plenty of time to clear this up.
Let's just clear this up. All right.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Tom Brady, without a doubt, is the greatest quarterback of all time. It might be the greatest football player of all time. I won't debate it. You won't debate it. We all know it's true. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, is he really? And let's really pause for a second. Is he really? And more importantly, we're not even going to get into that because that's not what this is about. What it's about is the fact that people are coming at me saying I'm a terrible person because apparently Tom Brady is some savior, saint, like great guy, and I look terrible for hating on him, and he's a huge family man, and everyone get fucking lost, bro. Like we all know the truth. It's come out.
Oh my
We've
gosh.
seen it before. He's not a good person. He doesn't like his kids. He doesn't like his family. All he cares about is winning those damn Super Bowls. For what? To show that you're better than everybody else already? Congrats, bro. Like, congratulations. You have all the money in the world. You got a beautiful wife. You got kids you can kiss whenever you want. And you just want to come out of the football field and take championships from these young, talented players. And at the end of the day, we all do play this game where, Tom Brady's the coolest person. He's so good. But Tom Brady can eat a fucking bag of dog shit for all I care.
So you now have beef with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Who's the next elite quarterback?
I don't have beef with Aaron Rodgers, but let's just be real here. He's a diva, and we're not playing this game anymore. We all know he's a diva. And you're smiling. You know he's a diva. Come on.
So the listeners have come at you for your takes about Tom Brady.
Oh, and, Joseph, you saw on the Instagram what else they came at me for.
Yeah.
That Miami pick?
The Miami Heat pick?
Was not
We're going to get into that later.
Was
not a fan favorite. Not a fan favorite at all. I have one more not here. And this is a little more of a bittersweet. It's obviously Dwayne Haskins passed this week, and it was, dude, that was, I was literally shook when I saw that. Mm-hmm. But that whole Adam Schefter situation, I understand that as a journalist, what they teach you is you want to get out, the most important information early. That's what I get taught in every single one of my classes. The first sentence is the most important information. The most important information in that tweet was not that he was not a struggling quarterback. The most important information was that he is dead. He passed. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares in that instant how well he did for the Washington team. And what I thought was really cool this week to see, there are a lot of fans. Let's be honest. Dwayne Haskins has a reputation, not the best reputation in the locker room. He's got a lot of hate. Questions about his work ethic and stuff. That's not what's important though. That was a human life that passed. And to see NFL fans really come together, and a lot of people who probably hated on Dwayne Haskins in the past saying, you know what, at the end of the day, football is football and life is life. Absolutely tragic situation, and Adam Schefter did not make it any better by tweeting out that tweet where he said Dwayne Haskins.
That's actually a very good knot, Joseph. I couldn't agree more. And the thing was, that wasn't even the only tweet that I read that was like that. We had a bunch of other tweets. Yeah. These reporters talk someone died, bro, and we posted out on our Instagram it was a sad death. Me and Joe have been watching Dwayne Haskins since he was Ohio State. Tragic. Since he was beating Joe's Michigan Wolverines. He's been there.
I hated him I hated everything about him because he was Ohio State. But I see him pass, and
it's terrible. He was a young talent. He was going to be a young talent. He was a good guy. It sucks to see. I hate when I see these young talented players. Something like this happens, and you gotta feel just nothing but sympathy for the family, for everybody who's loved him, his friends. Dude, he literally posted a video of him and Najee Harris being buddies.
Dude, I saw that.
Within 24 hours. Just seeing that,
and the way he passed too, this happens a lot. We hear young players die, but this is the same shock value of almost, of Sean Taylor, where it's that's not a way people die. He got hit by a car. The rarity of getting hit by a car and dying, especially if you're an NFL quarterback. Just a horrid situation. I was shook that whole day.
It was a very the death of an athlete, whether you know him, like you said, you didn't even like him, but whether you hate him, whether you like him, it's a human life that's at loss. And what Adam Schefter did, no matter whether you like Schefter or not, at the end of the day, that was a really, really shitty thing to do. You know what I mean? That was a really shitty tweet on his part. It really was. And I felt bad, really tough bro. Look. I didn't even know what to say. I was just I can't.
Imagine a family member seeing that, Yeah,
imagine that was that was a breaking news or something. Oh my god, dude, what the?
Yeah, whatever. It's a really, really sad situation. We'll move on, but man, that was tough. That was tough this week.
So I want to hop in before we get into our NBA talks and stuff. We got a few things we're talking about. Let's get into the Masters. Scotty Scheffler with a huge win. Dominant win.
Dominant.
There was obviously
Not really
a couple
in doubt.
huge stories, whether it was Rory's Sunday performance, which by the way is one of the best performances ever at the Masters.
That was awesome to watch.
Whether it was Tiger Woods coming back, and we saw a little glimpse of the prime Tiger when he shot that 1 under in the first round, made the cut. Everyone's blood was flowing. They were, Tiger's back. Had a rough third and fourth round.
Yeah.
But you got to understand,
there.
we've talked about this before. I mean, the guy literally almost lost his leg last year.
He was there.
And now he's playing in the Masters. It's like, big gap here, big jump, but still, though, the Masters, and I saw this on another take on another sports podcast. What do you think about this, Joseph? Do you think there should be more events like the Masters throughout the golf season?
I mean, as a casual golf fan, I guess I would like that, but also I don't think I would pay attention as much if it wasn't just a once-a-year thing with all the tradition and all the hype, you know?
That's
like,
what I said.
The Masters is a once-in-a-year thing. I mean, that's like having 2 Super Bowls in a year. Like, the reason everyone tunes in that one day is because it's once a year. We get to see it. It's a special event. Same thing with the Masters. I think some of the other tournaments deserve a little bit more hype, but there's just something about the Masters that you're not going to get out of anything else.
It's a beyond valid point. That's exactly what I said. I said it wouldn't make the Masters as special if you're having more than one Masters. And it's what makes the Masters special. And if you try and have these more like events like the Masters, like there is no other event like the Masters. Masters is a special event, and I'm all here for it. That's a great take, Joseph. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was watching the Masters. I really got into it more like. I think I watched I watched third and fourth round was when I watched the most. I obviously tuned into Tiger in his first round, and man, those pros golfers are special, man. And we all go golfing for casual activity, for fun or whatever, but we don't really realize like how fucking good like those guys really are. Like like they're on another level. Like those guys are. It's pretty special to watch.
Were you down the stretch? Were you hoping that Scotty would pull it out, or I was hoping Cam Smith was going to make a little bit of a play there?
I was hoping Cam Smith was going to make a play. Once Rory started heating up on Sunday, that's when I was like, "Here we go."
Yeah, that was like, here he comes. I mean, he would have been able to pull that off.
I knew going into the final round, I was like, "There's really no stopping this Scheffler guy. Like he's way too hot right now, and unless he hurts himself, like he was gonna. I knew he was gonna win it. He was dominant, bro.
He like 4-putted the final green.
I know.
and still won by what, 5?
Yeah,
like incredible victory.
Like literally dominated this course.
Dominant.
It was really special to watch, but yeah, that's all I got for the Masters. Quick weekend, good tournament. Obviously a great time. You can never go wrong with the Masters. I still think it's one of the top 5 sporting events, maybe top 3 ever. Whether you're a golf watcher, not golf watcher, you're watching the Masters, you're tuned in, you know about it. You can't go wrong with it. So I love the Masters. I think it's a great tournament. What do you think, Joseph? What do you got for the Masters? What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome event. Hopefully, I want to go someday. Like, I mean, I know, like it's kind of an elitist thing. I'm not really up there in that class, but I definitely want to make it to the Masters at some point in your life. I think that's something you got to do before you die.
You can't have your phone out there?
Really?
Can't have your phone on the course.
That makes sense because you'd think like you'd see TikToks of it and stuff, but no, you can't.
No one's allowed to bring their phone out there.
I mean, I love it.
It's whack, bro. It's the tradition, though. It's been the
tradition. They got the cheap food and drinks. You pay a lot to get in, and then you got the cheap food
that's
and drinks.
The thing.
So
like,
rock with that.
Like, so obviously I'm sure you saw the menu of the Masters, like what the people could buy. And everyone's like, oh, it's so cheap. It's like $5, whatever. It's so cheap for all this stuff.
But the admission prices.
Yeah, but you pay $15,000 to get in there, and it's like, did you really? I mean, come on, like.
Yeah.
But no, Masters obviously a class act tournament. Can't go wrong with it. There wasn't much in football this weekend. Derek Carr signed a huge extension.
Yeah.
Got paid big money. Obviously, the Raiders are going all in. They got Devontae. They got him. They're going all in. They're trying to do what they can do. But that was a big signing by them. And Derek Carr got his money. I think it's well deserved. He's been leading that team.
I mean, he's deserved it. I just think we've talked about this a million times. Like, a lot of money and that division and that the AFC, man.
You better step up, bro. You're getting paid $40 million
because now
a
they're
year.
locked in. They're locked in. There's no backup option now.
You better play because you're getting paid $40 million a year.
You can't settle for fourth in the division. Fourth
No.
in the division might be 9-7. Like, I mean,
That's what's scary, bro. It's terrifying.
It's 9-8 now. Yeah.
It's terrifying. Literally, like that division. It's literally like I don't think there's gonna be an under 500 team. I literally think they're all gonna be over 500. That's what's scary. That's what's terrifying.
But good for Derek. I mean, get your bag. I mean,
yeah, get your bag. Keep it going.
He's done it.
Why not shoot?
He had a great year. I think he's definitely on the rise. You made it to a baseball game this week, didn't you?
I did head up to a Twins game. That was fun. You can't go wrong with Twins games. They're a good time.
Was that the game that
Buxton went 2 for 2? If that's what you're wondering,
Okay.
he
Buxton
started
went
off the
2 for 2.
game
Okay.
2 for 2, 2 home runs. It was pretty special. Right back to back. I was sitting not far behind home plate, so I got a very good view of it. It was a home run derby, that game. I mean, there were so many home runs that game. Max Kepler hit one. It was a really, really, really fun game to be at. I had a lot of fun. First sort of sporting event of the year. Me and Joseph will be heading to more soon once he heads out.
We will.
You will be catching us.
I'm trying to make it
to
to a.
We will be at the 3 a.m. Open.
There you go.
One or two of the days. We'll be heading to some Twins games. Hear me fucking going off on the bullpen. We'll be right there. I'll be letting those pitchers know how it goes. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a big summer for Far From Pro. I really believe it. I think there's gonna be a lot coming our way. A lot of content. A lot of things to give you people. But yeah, I went to a baseball game. It was a great time. So Joseph, when you're out in Nebraska, there, what are we doing for sports in the free time? Tell the people what you're doing for sports in your free time.
So in my free time right now for Nebraska sports, well, we had our spring game on last Saturday, which was awesome. We have higher attendance at our spring game than Minnesota has had since 1947.
So
56,000 people at a scrimmage. People
That's
love their
insane.
football here, dude.
That is
57,000 people. I mean, it was an awesome environment, and it was literally just practice. It was red against white.
Down there?
Yeah, it's just they love it, and it's really hyped up this year because we got a Texas transfer, Casey Thompson. He was really good last year, and Texas had a bad defense, so there's a lot of hype going in. We've got him and a few. We got a Pitt's offensive coordinator, the guy that really brought Kenny Pickett out of the woodwork. So people are excited for this year, but we call it drinking the Kool-Aid down here. We always get hyped up and then let us down. Now, our women's sports, though. Softball. Been covering softball. 16 wins in a row. Number 1 in the Big Ten. Okay. Give some love to the Nebraska softball. Mm-hmm. Our women's sports are like at like an 800%, 80% winning percentage. Our men's are at around a 23.
Wow.
So that's what we got going around here.
That's a jump, Joseph. That's a jump.
Yeah. No, we have terrible men's sports. Our baseball team's probably even worse than our football and basketball. So. Yeah.
So what are the odds we can get ourselves a Nebraska athlete from you on this podcast?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I got some connections in the athletic department now, so we're getting there. We'll see. Next year, there's a possibility because I'm going to be working as a football reporter. Mm-hmm. We can get some big names on the pod.
That's what we love to hear, Joseph. That's what we love to hear. Mm-hmm. We're gonna keep that going. We're not gonna hold you to it, but that gets some blood flowing a little bit. So let's move into the NBA playoffs. Me and Joseph have decided that this week we are gonna be doing basically a playoff preview. We're gonna give you our picks. We're gonna tell you what you think about the playoffs, what we thought about the play-in games, and we're basically gonna run you through like what we think, what our mindset is for these playoffs. I'm going to start us off here. I'm basically going to get us going with the play-in games. First off, they went exactly how I thought. I knew both the 7 seeds were going to win. Yep. I knew the Timberwolves and the Nets were going to pull it off. I felt confident about it. I knew it. I thought the Pelicans with CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram on the team are way better than a Paul George-less and Kawhi Leonard-less Clippers. No doubt about it. I knew that was coming in for the books. And then honestly, the Hornets that game with the Hawks and Cavs, I didn't get to watch it, but I was sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings and me and my buddy had left at halftime and Trae Young had 9 points and they were down by 10. So I was sort of like they weren't really looking too good, the Hawks in the first half. And I was like, okay, well, they're not looking too good. Like, we'll see how this goes. Come the second half, me and my buddy checked the score 2 hours later, and they freaking won. And I was like, oh my good God. Like, that is insane. So, I mean, I'm not upset by any of the results. All the results
I think they were like, out of the six games, like 5 of them were really close and competitive. So I think all good things from the play-in there. I got my picks a little wrong. I was trying to hop on the Hornets bandwagon, so that didn't work. I'm not doing that again. But dude, the Pelicans, that's a fun team.
They are now.
Imagine if the Pelicans had a really dominant player who was like really good in college, a big body, could get to the rim, a really superstar in the league. Imagine if the Pelicans could add that this year in free agency. That would be incredible.
That
would be incredible. Imagine. Oh yeah, they got one doing 360 dunks and warm-ups. What?
Did you see that the Pelicans and him, it's they have a different opinion on what
do you think that means? Do you think he wants to play and they won't let it?
Well, he was in Portland all by himself this whole season doing his own rehab. I think Zion got healthy really fast, just out of nowhere. He finally started losing weight. He finally started playing basketball and got like healthy again. The Pelicans were like, this isn't normal. But then again, look at Zion. Does he look normal to you?
No, he's not a normal human being.
And then they were probably like, well, he might be. Zion got himself so healthy that the Pelicans don't believe it. They're like, this isn't real. Like, there's no way he's good right now. And then that's what happened. That's what I think. Because I don't think this guy. I really don't believe if the Pelicans there's no way if Zion Williamson walked up to you and said, I'm fully healthy to play. Let's go. You would have any optimism about playing him. Any. You'd be like, go. Go play. You're playing 35 minutes. I don't care.
I know.
Go play. Literally, you would.
I don't know.
So that's just me.
I don't know what's going on there, but if he pulls an Anthony Davis, that's going to be an all-time screw up because they have a good roster.
Pelicans can't catch a break.
Brandon Ingram, dude, I'm a big Brandon Ingram guy.
I like him a lot.
He is a good player.
I also think CJ McCollum fits perfectly.
CJ, they put a really good roster together, and if Zion could freaking play, dude,
they'd be even more special. I really think they would.
I don't know. I think they're going to have trouble with the Suns. Well, let's start with our West predictions. Let's give a little preview of the West.
Right into the West.
First off, Suns Pelicans 1-8. Who you got? And in how many games?
All right, next series. So we're going with the 7 versus the 2. We're not even going to talk about it. Don't even waste your time. We're not wasting our breath. We're going with the 2 versus 7. Just so everyone knows, this is an even series. I don't want to hear the Timberwolves are worse or no. This is an even series.
Even series.
I could be dead wrong. They could go 4-0. They could 4-0. In my mind, right now, before the series starts, this is an even series, and it could go either way. I don't have a favorite. This is going either way. If I had to pick right now, I'm going Grizzlies. I'm a Ja Morant fan. I think they're hot as hell. I think they're good even without Ja Morant. I think they're fun to watch. I think they deserve a first-round win. I'm going Grizzlies over the Timberwolves.
And how many games? How many games are you thinking?
I think it's going to be 4-2. I think it's going to be 4-2. Okay.
So this might be just my next 2 picks. I'm just going straight off of it's first-round NBA playoffs, and I want to cheer for these teams. I'm going Timberwolves in 7.
Timberwolves in 7, Joseph.
Can't stop the P-Bev train. Cannot stop the P-Bev train.
It's a big pick. It's a big pick.
I just want to root for it. It's very likely that the Grizzlies just take it to them, but I'm going Timberwolves in 7. Nuggets Warriors. What are we thinking here?
So I'm a Nuggets
future
fan,
MVP
so I'm going Nuggets.
Nikola Jokic.
I'm going Nuggets.
Same.
Realistically, in my actual heart of heart and brain, no. I would pick the Warriors in a same. I'd probably go 4-2 or 4-1. No Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter. It's tough, dude. This isn't our full team. This isn't our full roster. You know what? Before we go any further, by the way, I forgot to do this last episode. We're doing it now. It's bad timing, but we have to do it now. Everyone keeps asking me, Joe, what sports teams do we cheer for? What are our real sports teams?
Okay.
So I'm going to put it out there right now. I am Denver. I am Denver Nuggets. Colorado Rockies, Avalanche, Broncos. I'm all Denver. So I was a Minnesota sports fan for a long time. Don't get me wrong. And I like the Timberwolves. I got nothing against the Gophers or the Twins. I wish the best for them. But after that NFC conference game versus the Eagles and the Vikings when they lost by 100 points, I was like, to a backup quarterback, I was like, I'm done. I'm never being a Vikings fan again. I'm done with Minnesota sports. All they do is break my heart. I'm not going to be
great choice.
I am not going to be those stupid assholes who sit here and wait for their whole life for Minnesota sports to win. It's never going to happen. You look like an idiot, bro. Just give it up. It's never going to happen. So
and you can't say you're a bandwagon because it's not like Denver is like the Yankees or something. Like it's not like you're.
Well, I had picked Denver back when Tim Tebow was in there. It was really like my first starting stage. I was like, I liked Tim Tebow and I liked what his playoff run he got going. And I just like, I don't know. I like Denver. I like Colorado. And I was just like, this is my spot.
So the interesting thing is I didn't know Evan's teams before we started this podcast. And then as we were, getting to know each other, I was born in Colorado and I lived there till I was 10 years old. So I am also a Denver sports team. However, so I cheer for Rockies, Avalanche, Nuggets. However, me and my friend as a young age decided we didn't want to be Broncos fans. We wanted to be the only Chargers fans in Colorado, and both of our dads had been Chargers fans in the past because my dad lived in San Diego. So I am a Chargers fan and Denver sports fan. And then people ask me, why am I a Michigan fan? Why are you a Michigan fan? My whole family stems from Michigan. My grandma went to Michigan. She's an Ann Arbor, 1939 alum. Maybe not 1939.
That's pretty early, Joe.
She's up there. But so me and my grandma, how cute is this? We'd watch Michigan games as a kid, probably from when I was 5 years old. I watched Michigan games with my grandma. So that's why I'm a Michigan fan. Also a Nebraska fan because I go here. All right, that's out of the way.
Yeah, we needed to clear that up. People were asking. People wanted to know. We had to clear that up.
We're trying to stay unbiased here. We don't want people to think we're biased. However, I am also going with the Nuggets because
you're listening to me and Joe. We're going to let you know. So I'm picking Nuggets. I have to see. I can't go against my team. I have to pick them. But I'm also a truthful guy. And I'm being honest. Nuggets are a better team. Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, the Warriors are a better team right now. Without Murray, without Porter, they're a better team. But I'm still going Nuggets.
Yeah, and I mean it's the same thing. Like you can look at it from a biased view, but also know that your team is not the best. But you have to cheer for your team, and that's the same thing with the Timberwolves. I like Minnesota sports teams, obviously, because I live there. I like rooting for them. I like when the city does good. So I'm going with the Timberwolves or the Grizzlies. I'm going to the Nuggets over the Warriors. I think both those games go to 7. I'm hedging my bet there by saying 7, so that's like, oh well, I said it was going to be close.
Right.
So I've got Nuggets over Warriors in 7. Mavericks Jazz, the 4th of 5. This is probably the most interesting series in my opinion.
I think the Jazz are going to blow them out. I think it's going to be 4-0.
Oh wow! Okay.
I think it's going to be 4. I'm not.
Luka's not playing. He's not playing game 1 and possibly not game 2. So I tend to agree with you there. I've got Jazz and I have Jazz in 6, but
I would Jazz in 4 or 5. I think the Mavericks suck. I think they're going to be. I think they're just the most overrated team in basketball. I think without Luka
totally
Doncic,
agree with you.
They're just the worst basketball team ever. I don't see any. They got rid of Kristaps. They literally suck, dog. I watch them play and I'm like, this is just they're not fun. It's
these
just
are
Luka.
Both teams. These are both teams that always flame out in the first round. So I don't it's hard to say. Oh, the Jazz are going to get.
I think the Jazz are literally going to piss rape, kill them, destroy them. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I've
got the Jazz too.
I hate the Mavericks so much.
I'm not a Mavericks guy. They give me weird vibes. All right, East. Heat and Hawks.
Heat.
Oh.
Heat. No more than Game 5. No more than.
I've got Heat in 5 too. I had Heat in 4, and then last night I was like, Hawks might pull off a game, so I have Heat in 5 here. Heat over Hawks 5. Nets Celtics. This one's interesting. Or Celtics Nets.
I'm gonna let you answer first.
Poor Celtics, bro. You
get
the
Nets trade too,
2 seed in the East. Work your butts off all season, and you got KD and Kyrie pulling up to your arena. A Kyrie that can actually play. Celtics got screwed. I've got the Nets over the Celtics in 7 games. I mean,
7-2. Yeah, Game 7.
The talent, dude. The talent. You can't bet against Kyrie and KD. If they pop off, there's just nothing the Celtics are going to be able to do. I like Jason Tatum. I like Marcus Smart, but Jaylen Brown and
But same pick, Joseph.
They don't have the star power. They don't have the star power, and that's what the NBA playoffs are about.
100%.
I got the Nets in 7.
I got Nets in 7 too. I'm riding with you, Joseph.
Let's go. Bucks Bulls.
Bucks.
3-6.
I got Bucks in 5.
Yep, I do too. Bucks in 5. Bulls have not beat a good team since December. So
I think the Bulls can be good, fully healthy, but they're just not. And they haven't been.
Not.
So.
And I think they have a good future. I mean, they made the playoffs and they had not last year.
They definitely will have a bright future, but right now I just don't think they can.
Bucks have the experience. Bucks have arguably the greatest player on the planet. Actually, I don't think arguably. I think Giannis is the greatest player on the planet, and I got the Bucks in 5 over the Bulls. Sixers, Raptors.
I mean, I personally have the Sixers in 6. I think the Raptors can give them 2 games, but I mean, we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. I think the Raptors can give them 2 games.
I had the Sixers in 6 too. I think the Raptors, very, very underrated team. They've kind of snuck their way into a 6 seed this year, and I don't think I've heard them been talked about one time, but I think the Sixers get it done at the end of the day. Okay, I want to know your opinions. Who is under the most pressure this NBA playoffs to win in the first round, or at least win a playoff series?
So, my biggest pressure that I had to pick, and this is going to be very, this is my opinion. I think, oh my God, I just lost it. Oh my God, no, Joseph, don't. This is you can't have worse
fumble
time.
like that on
the
live
Celtics,
TV, bro.
Celtics.
Okay.
It's the Celtics. You're the 2 seed. You had an unbelievable regular season. Literally one of the best efficient landscape regular seasons ever. You have your 2 young stars. You got your starting point guard and Marcus Smart. Like, you have a good roster. Now, you're out with Robert Williams, which hurts a lot. But you have 2 young stars that need to start stepping up. They're at the point in their career now where if they want to solidify themselves in this league as all-stars, as real studs, they got to go freaking win. They got to go get themselves a playoff series. And against Kyrie and Kevin Durant, if these 2 can show they can do it against them, they can do it against anybody in the world. Anybody.
Yeah, I would say, I think Jason Tatum needs to win a couple playoff series to establish him as an elite player, but I don't think I can give him as much pressure just because of the draw that they got. If they were going against the Raptors, they would have the biggest pressure. I'm gonna go James Harden specifically.
That was my second.
He's had a tough year, and people have just kind of not paid attention because Joel Embiid has been carrying that team. But if James Harden doesn't show up in the playoffs, there's going to be a lot of questions about, is this guy truly an all-star, not an all-star,
Is he really
an all-NBA type player?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he really hasn't had much playoff success without, and he's got a really good team around him. So if he struggles, a lot of pressure there. I'd also go the Jazz because they have not been able, I think if they don't make it out of the first round, they have to blow it up because this team's not winning a championship the way it's designed if they don't do it this year.
Clearly, Sean.
I've got them, and then obviously Suns and Bucks. I think for both of them, it's championship or bust this year.
Exactly.
The expectation is championship, and if there's anything less, it's going to be a disappointment, and that's just the reality of the situation there.
So that's a great question, Joseph. Now we could go into the conference finals. We're not going to get all into that.
No.
All right. Tell me right now, Joseph. What is your finals matchup, and who's coming out on top for your choice right now?
I'm sticking to it. I said last week Suns Bucks. I still think they're both the best teams. It's boring. It's the same thing we got last year, but I think that Suns and Bucks. But I've got the Suns getting their revenge this year. I think they are going to be motivated to beat the Bucks. I think they're going to match up better this year. I've got the Suns beating the Bucks in the NBA Finals. What do you got?
Again.
You got a lot of hate on the Heat.
Again.
Are you sticking with it?
Joseph, you've known me now we've been doing this for at least 2 months now. Have I ever been a guy to go back on my word?
Never.
We are riding with the Miami Heat. Now, they are going against the Suns. That's my pick. Everyone's just gonna fucking blow up on me right now. They're gonna go nuts. I got Miami to win the whole thing.
Don't do it.
I think Miami Heat are going to win the finals. And not only that, Joseph, I think it's going to be a 5-game finals.
What?
I think it's going to be a 5-game. I think they're going to beat them 4-1, bro. 4-1. I think they're going to beat the Suns. And you know what?
Wait,
Joseph?
ladies and gentlemen,
You know what, Joseph?
clip this. I'm throwing this on the TikTok. We're throwing it on the Instagram. We're throwing it everywhere.
We're riding it the whole way.
My!
And in end of May, when everyone's coming back to me and the Miami Heat are in the finals against the Suns and they're up 3-1 and it's game freaking 5, I'll be on my phone.
Those of you who are on the podcast version of this, I am stunned. I am falling back in my chair.
We'll see. We'll see how it blows up. We'll see how things turn out.
I can be on board with the Miami Heat to the finals as an underrated pick, but 5 games over the Suns.
5 games. Game 5, you'll be here. We'll be on this podcast.
That is a hot take.
I'll have my phone with me.
That is
You better believe it.
not a far from hot
Joseph,
take. That is a very
we're not
pro
going to get
take.
into this right now. All right, look, I know what I want. And the Miami Heat are a special organization they got.
I'll tell you this. I see what you're doing here. Now, for the next 3 weeks, our comments are going to be way up. Because every time the Heat lose a game,
Joseph?
we're going to get flooded with comments.
We ride.
Heck yeah. Let's do it.
All right, we're moving on to our top 3.
Top 3.
Everyone's favorite, besides the hot or not, we're going right to the top 3. And I picked this one this week. Shout out to my boys I was with last night. We had a phenomenal top 3 cereal conversation. We really bought in and went through all the cereals and really dissected a nice top 3. Now, my bias is going to be different from their bias. This was a group decision. I have my own bias for my top 3. But I wanted to hear Joseph's bias, so we're going to get right into it. Joseph, lead us off with the... Oh, by the way, huge win on my part this week. We're coming back, Joseph.
You needed that.
We're hot. 3-3. Only 2 games left, huh?
3-3. I think it's 4-3. This is episode 8. It's 4-3. Yeah.
Am I up or you up?
I'm up. 4-3. Because this is episode 8, and we've had 7 so far. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
We'll ride with it.
Okay. I think people just want the series to last longer, so they chose you. So
we'll see.
There you
we'll
go.
see.
Top 3 cereals.
We're letting you start.
Do you want to start?
Okay. No, you got it, Joseph. What do we got?
Number 3. This might be a little bit of an underrated pick. I'm going Cookie Crisp. If you have not had Cookie Crisp, it is literally just cookies and milk. Cookies and milk. Goated combo.
Pretty
goated combo. Why not have it in a bowl? Why not have it at 8 in the morning? Maybe a little bit of a sugar rush. Not great way to start the day. Cookie Crisp at number 3. Number 2, I'm going Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's a good
the cinnamon dust just adds a whole nother level. The it's like a basic cereal, but the cinnamon dust just throw a little bit of on there. Just a great
100%.
taste coming off the tongue.
What do you got?
And then number 1, I got Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms, and
wow.
I've had a great experience with Lucky Charms in the last week. You know, being at college, you don't always have the most money to buy a lot of variety of cereal. So I bought me a big box of Lucky Charms, got some milk at the market, been eating it every morning. It's just a great way to start the day. There's other than breakfast bagels, which we've already discussed. There is no better way to start the day than with a bowl of Lucky Charms. You get the cereal, a little bit of variety. There's the perfect proportion of marshmallow to cereal. Lucky Charms is my number 1.
I love every second of that list, except for the third one. We could talk about that later. I'm going in for my number 3. I'm going right into it. I'm going to Captain Crunch. If you ever had Captain Crunch, Joseph,
that's my honorable mention.
It's a very special cereal. I think the crunch you get with the berries and everything you get in there, I think Captain Crunch is a really good cereal. I'm going to my number 3.
You know the only reason I didn't go with that?
What's that?
And maybe this is just unique to me. Whenever I ate Captain Crunch, the top of my mouth
would just burn.
Is shredded.
Yep, just burn.
Shredded.
But it's more of a want thing when you're eating those. So you gotta want it a little more than the rest of the people.
You gotta want it. It's
number 2. I'm riding with Joseph with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think you can't go wrong with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think it's a staple of cereals. I think everyone's had a bowl. I think everyone knows how you go. I think Cinnamon Toast Crunch is an easy ride. It doesn't get much better than this. And number 1, this one is going to throw a lot of controversy out there, and I'm going to say this first. Fruity / Cocoa Pebbles. You got to get the cocoa.
I'll get on board with that.
I know there's going to be a lot of people can say that's groupie. Not really. Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles are the same thing. You can get the Cocoa Bowl or you can get the Fruity Bowl. I've been eating Fruity Pebbles
what about mixing?
Have you ever long as they've been out. It's a special cereal. You get that fruity sensation in your mouth. You really don't know if you really know what flavor you want to go with. You really don't know what you're feeling. Doesn't matter. Go all fruity. Get all the flavors in your mouth. I'm a big Fruity Pebbles guy. Also,
taste the
Cocoa
rainbow.
Pebbles can't go wrong with.
Yeah,
that
honestly,
is my top 3. Joseph.
This might be. I might get something. I don't think I've ever had Fruity Pebbles in my entire life.
That's bad. That's bad.
Never.
Don't ever admit that out loud ever again, Joseph.
I know. It's a bad look.
You know
but
that.
I like your list. I've got Cookie Crisp, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms.
What's your honorable mention? Is Captain Crunch, right?
My honorable mention is Captain Crunch. Yeah, let's hear it.
Crave. Have you ever had Crave cereal before?
I have had it once. Yeah, it's pretty good. I rock with it. I like that.
Dog. It's horrible for you. It's the worst cereal in the world for you. But God, is it special flavor-wise. That chocolate and that... Oh, come on, Joseph. come on.
And I wanted to I want to give a shout out to the good old faithful Honey Nut Cheerios. You know, growing up on a staple. You know, it's just it's a nostalgic
the honey
flavor.
Nut, not the regular Cheerios. The
not
honey
the regular
nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut. Honey Nut. Regular Cheerios are Honey Nut, great flavor. That's what we got. What a pod.
What a great
anything
pod.
Else?
What a great pod. Can't thank the people enough for listening. You got to keep tuning in. We're going to keep you updated on Instagram, TikTok. Like always, keep it following. Keep us shouting us out. Keep doing what you got to do. Keep listening
Go
to the
Heat,
pod.
I guess, dude.
We've been rolling, Joseph. I haven't been happier about this podcast.
It's been awesome.
The numbers have been getting better. The people have been getting better. The fans. We're not going to stop, folks.
Keep rolling in them comments on Evan's takes. We love
exactly.
to see it.
Keep them rolling. Keep us honest. Thank you all for listening. We love you all, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys have a phenomenal, phenomenal week.
Phenomenal day. Peace.